Hello, hello, hello. Well, this is fun. I'm having some child-free time on my own. So I'm in Limerick City. I'm going to see Bobby Fingers tomorrow, see what he brings. And I'm in the city and I'm staying in a hotel, the Strand Hotel. And thought I'll have a nice, lovely early night and have a nice shower and all that jazz, all that self-care, and get back to my skin routine. And I don't know if you can hear the booming, but I take it, which I wasn't told, that the hotel has got Christmas work parties on, which is quite shocking because it's a Sunday. It's getting recorded on a Sunday. And so I didn't think you could go on to this long on a Sunday. So I just thought I'll just record. Thought screw it, because I'm probably going to be too tired tomorrow to do it. So screw it. And first and foremost, I would like to congratulate Anthony Joshua for kicking that MAGA ICE sympathiser, aka that bloody Jake Paul knob, where you had a boxing match with him and you broke his bastard jaw. So, nice one, Anthony Joshua. And he's a Brit as well, so even better. Woo! So that's really funny. And also, another fucking pest, especially a misogynistic woman abuser, girl abuser, red pillar. The reason why our men and boys decide to speak out loud their disgusting abuse towards children and women. Andrew Tate got your ass kicked. Also at a boxing match. And I thought that was fucking hilarious. You got beaten up to fuck by your kryptonite, it must be, a guy who had pink boxing gloves. So even more fan-fucking-dabby-dozy that happened. Hilarious. I also watched Annie Says. She works for Canary UK. She's an independent news outlet. And I watched her and Zara Sultanan's lives at Bronzefield, a prison in England, holding some of the Palestine hunger strike protesters. And I watched it. It was my day off, so I watched it from 2 in the morning when Zara started going, I'm going to this, all the way till, I would say, 6 p.m, 7 p.m. at night. And I think that all the doctors that were there, especially IDEO, and also, I'm sorry, your name has slipped, but the female doctor who was calmly trying to convince the prison to get an ambulance to Kesha, and because of them, and obviously protesters that turned up as well, you finally unfortunately forced them, but you saved Kesha's life. She got to 46 days in hunger strike, and I believe now it is about 50 days of hunger strike. But it took, after 4 times of them lying to them, to get an ambulance to her. So it took over 10 hours to get her in an ambulance, to leave physically in an ambulance. And unfortunately, because this is all live and I recorded absolutely everything, because I knew shit would go down, and they all knew shit would go down. Unfortunately, when they started clearing up, the protesters started clearing up. So the deal is, when Kesha goes, that was all they were there for, Kesha. There is another person on hunger strike there, but she is fine at the moment. Obviously not now. They're all starting to obviously really deteriorate, unfortunately. But the deal has always been, they're literally going there for them to get a ambulance, and then they'll leave. And they did their deal. A lot of lovely people donated food to the protesters, because at the end of the day, yes, it is to do with hunger strike, but as a lot of them said, they said they are not strong enough to do a hunger strike. So obviously that is why they're there supporting Kesha and the others. And it's disgusting that they refused a member of parliament. So Zara is part of the House of Parliament. She is an MP for Coventry, and they just ignored it the whole time. And like I said, you had A&E doctors there. You had two A&E doctors that spoke that I saw. You had, obviously, Ida, who was the one that unfortunately got arrested in the end. And he's a psychiatrist, doctor. And just how wrong is it that a prison has more authority, because it's a private prison, Bronzefield, in Surrey, Ashford in Surrey. It is more got authority than the NHS and any other official authority. So when the police keep going in, and they were like, please just have a meeting with them and blah, 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 sort it out, just get them an ambulance, get Kesha an ambulance. And they were like, yeah, we'll come back out in 10 minutes. And then obviously like half an hour goes, come back out. Oh, we can't do anything because it's a private prison. What? Like, Kesha has a phone in the prison because she's on remand, because she's been there for nearly 2 years and she generally hasn't been charged with anything. And the government refused bail to make a political knobheadness about it. And so she's technically a hostage, really. All 8 of them are hostages, really, because none of them at the time had gone to court for over 2 years. Some of them have been in there for 3 years and stuff like that, and no one has been to court. No one has been officially charged, nothing, fined, nothing. They haven't been institutionalised, saying like mental health or anything. No, they've generally just been chucked in prisons, just because the government, you know, is very fucking obsessed with taking money from Israel and doesn't want to doesn't want the public to be on their side, because the government then will have to admit that they are committing genocide. They are coercing genocide. They're promoting genocide. And they just like to say it's anti-Semitic and shit, what pro-Palestinian supporters are doing, which it isn't. No one ever wants death because unfortunately you all turn it into a religious thing again. Everyone wants the military, so the IDF or the IOF, to piss off out Palestine. It's not their country. Israel is not a real country. It's been forced to be a country, apparently, because we, as colonizers, have made it. We gave it to them. We gave it to the Jewish people. And like I said, I hate all religion. You could be the nicest person ever and pretend that's to do with religion, whatever, but I just think it's a load of plots, right? If you are religious, fair, whatever, but no, thank you. So unfortunately, everyone just keeps trying to turn it into a religious thing. And unfortunately, then you get stupid wazzocks doing stupid shit where people are finally getting on the right side of the history. And then some prick messes it up. So obviously, unfortunately, you had Bonsai Beach in Australia. You had a father and son shooting people up. And it fucking had to be, didn't it, on a Jewish fucking festival, so Hanukkah, right now. And there we go. You fucking morons. You've done it again. You've made it so now everyone is pro-Jewish only. Nothing else. Oh, and fake Christianity shit at the moment again, isn't it? And yeah, You stupid pricks. I mean, amazing that Muslim people saved a lot of people and wrestled the gunmen and stuff. You had children that saved people. You had women, a lot of women saving people. You had, unfortunately, knobheads online, like usual, being anti-woman and girl again, where they were just like, oh, look at these police officers, female police officers, not doing anything, just standing there. They were making people get off the beach and take them to a safe path to go somewhere. What are you fucking talking about? Oh, and they just froze in action. Look at them, they're just frozen. One, it's a fucking picture, you numbnut. Two, you can see that the way they're standing and pointing and their arms are swaying. Why are you all so obsessed with being anti-fucking woman and child? It fucking boggles my mind. Always saying it, but it's true. Boggles my mind why you're so fucking anti-woman and so anti-child. You do not care at all what happens to women and children at all, or animals at all. And then you're all shouting about a fake religion thing you apparently follow. And you don't follow it. You don't follow it at all. You're so brainwashed. It's fucking unbelievable. It's getting my neck is right in a twist, yo. I am shocked that not a lot, hardly any percentage of people that are left wing has caused mass murder. Because fucking hell, the amount of people that need to be put down with their horrible thing, just nip them in the bud, get rid of those fuckers. They are pain in my ass so much. I'm sick and tired of seeing Tommy Robinson bullshitting his way, and people are so fucking brainwashed, like Trump supporters, where they're just like, oh look at all these Muslims, yeah. But he's going to Muslim countries, taking people's money. And then he's going, oh, bloody Jews, goes to Israel constantly, taking their money. And then, ironically, he gets kicked out of all of them because they're like, oh, bad press, quick, kick him out. And then he has to blame the Jews, the elite Jews, the woke Jews, everyone else, and all that shit. It's ridiculous. And he's finally admitted, well, he's had to admit, and he's been recorded saying it, that he isn't a resident of the UK and hasn't been for years. Again. It's so weird to me why all of you lot stand up for a fucking rich man all the time. He's fucking loaded because everyone gives him so much money. I still think our government is still involved with him in some way. Someone's paying him. Completely someone's paying him. He's obviously getting sponsored because how the fuck can he get a pretty little house and be coming back and forth all the time? Because he's getting paid. He's getting paid to be hateful. I do not believe that Tommy Robinson believes in anything he says. None of them do that spread all this shit. None of them do. It's only because they know that you're all dumb as fuck and will give your money up for a rich man. They know how dumb you are and how easily led you are because, oh no, women and children have decided, oh, you know those human rights? That actually includes me. That's why then you've got Reform and Britain First and whatever else Tommy Robinson's part of and all this Christianity shit, fake Christianity shit's coming out because you don't like it that women are starting to say no to men and boys. You're not liking it that people are finally saying, oh shit, we are actually doing something really bad to children and women and girls and animals all the time. So we need to stop it. And you take it so personally for yourself that you get fucking brainwashed to then get controlled by another man. You sound like a bottom. Like you sound like you're bottom for them all. But you're there saying, I'm the most manly of alphas and blah, blah, blah. Well, not everyone can be an alpha. In packs of wolves, there's only one alpha. Lions, there's only one alpha. And guess who rules them? The women. The women do all of it. The women control everything. The man's just there to fuck and reproduce. That is literally it. The amount of years we as women and girls have been told our life is literally to produce and that's it. When in actual fact, that's men's thing. That is only for men. There is no other use for men at all. At all. You're not emotionally intelligent. You're not intelligent at all most of the time. You steal a lot of shit from other women to pretend then, oh, look what we've invented. You haven't fucking invented fuck all. When you proper look into history and now, present, you will always find that in actual fact that when things were made, it's because you've stolen the idea from a woman. But because she's not connected, you don't want to listen because you're all still misogynistic and shit. And it's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. I am hearing this Cotton Eye Joe booming its face off. But on one good note, obviously Andrew Tate getting his ass kicked. Nice. And whatever he's called, the pool lad, getting his ass kicked. Nice. Because you don't need to defend a billionaire. People can criticise as much as they like. Why do you all act like it's a personal attack on you? And why defend like your life depends on it when he doesn't know who you are and never will? That is a fact, psycho behaviour. It is very weird when so many men get so offended and hurt their own feelings on so much stuff. The weirdest thing is, it's so weird that no one cottons on very quickly. Cotton Eye Joe's on. When people... So obviously Britain has said we're going to start doing lessons for school kids about misogyny and abuse, coercion, all that. Fucking finally, right? And unfortunately, you're getting all these men going, and what about boys? Well, that's what we're also on about because, well, yeah, boys are the ones that cause it because they're taught it from men. And women and girls do internal misogyny because you're told to be men-centred and stuff like that. And what you call a pick-me, basically. And you're sort of taught to be like that because you're sort of taught that men are the ones that rule the world sort of shit. And they're doing a fucking terrible job and they always have done. And it's like, do you not understand what you've just said? Same as ones where they go, oh, I see that's more important, is it, than the grooming gangs. Where do you think grooming gangs get that idea from? It starts off us being sexist. Like, oh, you don't want to play with that, that's a girl thing. Don't cry, don't be so girly. Stop screaming like a girl. Can't wear that colour, can't do this. Girls are weak, girls are that, girls are that. Right, all this negative shit, okay? So misogynistic stuff is starting to be told. Then you get told that if you're mean to a girl, that means you like her. So abuse is starting, bullying is happening. I don't understand why you don't see, as men, how misogyny plays a massive, massive, massive point. It starts from that and it snowballs into a massive thing. Do you really not understand that? It's weird. It is so weird that none of you seem to understand that. It's very weird that none of you seem to understand that. That being taught girls are weak and don't be like a girl, that's misogynistic. Do you not understand? And for you to bully girls and women thinking it's banter, it's flirting, this is how I was brought up. Do you not see how that's misogynistic and you're turning it into abuse because women and girls think that's normal behaviour? And then you push a bit more and then you push the woman's boundaries or the girl's boundaries a bit more and then you completely control and abuse and all that. Because most of the time when a man says, my ex is crazy, it's because you have done something really bad and you don't want her to expose you for you being a prick. But when a woman says, my ex is crazy, they have generally done something hurtful towards you, not saying stuff that's truthful. Do you not understand the difference? Do you not understand the difference on that? It's the same as, like, I went to a show with my friend and it was a true crime thing. Never heard of them before, and it was terrible. It was lovely to socialise with my friend, and we had a lovely catch up and stuff. But it was a fucking terrible thing. It was generally like they were just telling us stuff that has been on TV within the last few months, and you're like, if you're really into true crime and stuff like that, you're gonna know these crimes. You're gonna know all of this. And it was like they just literally watched Netflix or something in the last 2 months, because it was all like the brand new documentaries that's just come out and stuff, and it's a bit like, oh, that's bloody terrible they've done that. But anyway, so that was crap. It was so crap, unfortunately for them, that half of the room left before half of the time went, before breaks went. They literally left within an hour. And then it went on for about 3 hours, and within 2 hours, it was less than half people there, so, oh dear, try and make it like a very unsolved mystery crime that happens a very long time ago, that it isn't on new documentaries, especially Netflix and stuff like that, which is quite hard, to be honest, because Netflix will make programs out of everyone's bloody demise and trauma. So yeah, so we went to that, and my friend has got a new job, and they were really worried that, because they've been mostly a stay-at-home mum for a bit, because of disability, and now like they've had an operation and everything, they feel like they've pushed themselves to get out and about there, get a bit more independence, and get out of the rut of being stalemate of, being a stay-at-home mum. So they got the job, hooray, and then they were just really worried that their husband was just not going to pick up things that they do at home, because the time they come home, the husband would have been home for a bit. Husband works from home, goes out to places sometimes, but mostly works at home in the office. So it's because she said that when we go away, when we have our mum's nights out, she says, she makes a list. I said, never make a list. You shouldn't have to do that. You should know. And she went, no, I've had to make lists. And he makes lists, and then he crosses them off and goes, no, that's not important. Don't worry about that one. And then she said, but that's because that's always my sort of thing I've done for the home. So that's why it's not important. That's why he crossed it off, because basically I have to catch up when I come back. And I said, well, that's unfair. That's just like making you feel guilty for going away. Now, me and her, I go round her house, I would say monthly, so the kids can catch up with each other, because they go to school. Obviously, my children don't. They go home ed, and we're in a different country from each other. So I go over there monthly, because of her disability, she hasn't been able to drive or anything. And so that's really the only time we see each other. And then like now and again, so I would say like every, I'm going to say 3 months to 6 months in a year, we'll go to like a true crime thing or a night away. Not really a night out partying, but we stay a night away. Usually still in her nearest city to her, which I don't mind, because, I can drive, I can easily access transport and all that, and get my ass home quicker than she can. So I don't care about that. But obviously as well, we have gone all the way to Yorkshire for, I think we stayed away 2 nights. Yeah, I think it was 2 nights thing. And it was that kind of thing of, mum catching up chat. And it was like, I made a list for when we went away. And he just crossed all this off. So when I come back, he hadn't done any of it because he said it wasn't that important. And then he realised it was that important. But because you do it, he didn't really realise how important it needs to get done. Because it was stuff like, she was getting phoned up to be asked where kids' things are. And it's like, what do you mean, why does he not know that? Where's your kid's trousers or school shoes or whatever? It's like, well, what does he mean? Like, surely he knows where they are. if they're not in the drawers and they're not in the wash basket, they'll be in the washing machine or on your airer or washing line or something like that. And my friend was like, well, of course. So I don't understand why he's had to... And it's that weird thing of... I'm a bit tired to really remember what the word is. But it does feel like... It's incompetence, obviously, but it's also that thing of just... It makes you feel guilty because you have children. Like, if you just had your partner and they were ringing you up and you're just like, well, just sort it out yourself. But because it's your littlies, you're a bit more like, oh, God. You kind of hate going away, which is a rare thing. Or, like, especially with me, it's sort of a rare thing to go away on my own. I'm usually with my children when I'm travelling around and stuff and going to the city and stuff. But it's only because I'm seeing a show tomorrow, like, and it's an adult show. Well, you have to be an adult to go in and watch it anyway. I have no clue what's going to happen. I think it's a lot of singing, but I'm not sure what else, to be honest. But anyway, so yeah, it's that kind of thing of, like, you get phoned up over the stupidest things where it should be obvious where things are, and then you come back and it's like things aren't done, and you think, Christ, the hell have you been doing? Especially when every time my friend and myself go away together. And like I said, the longest we've ever been is Yorkshire, where we were away for 2 nights. Every other time, we've left in the afternoon and we've come back the next day. So we've only stayed 1 night and we haven't even been away for 24 hours at all. We've been away for like 12 hours, maybe a little bit more. And yeah, when we come back, it's like that weird thing where they make it so it just hits you back to reality quite quickly, instead of you coming back and things are done and you can relax when you've come back and stuff like that. Because obviously with me, like, even if I've driven there to my friend, like I said, I'm usually like, we're going to things around where she is, so it takes me a few hours to get there, and so obviously a few hours to get back. But also, if I don't drive, then obviously a train, it takes longer. But also, like it did the other day when I went to a show with her, like last week when I went to the show with her, that all the trains were getting cancelled. So it took me like an extra like 4 hours to get home. And obviously, yes, when I come back, things were not done. And when asked, well, what did you do? And my children say, oh, I went shopping, food shopping, and I just played Roblox for the rest of the day. Then it's like, so why didn't the adult do stuff around the house? And it's stuff like, well, you know, he was doing his hobby. And it's like, that's fine doing hobbies. That's fine. But when you've made all the mess, then fucking clear up, you know? That had to be the adult, not me. So yeah, when I went away with my friend, her child's birthday was in a few days' time, and my friend was going to sort out a place for them to go to for fun and stuff, indoor thing, and she said, I've been waiting for him to answer me what time they want to go, so I haven't booked it. I said, well, I hope he's booking it then. And then he keep texting her, going, well, have you booked this? Well, I've been waiting for you to say what time you want to go. Well, I don't care what time. Well, can't you just book it? I am out. Oh, well, why can't you book it? I've got something on at work, for work. This is like 8 o'clock at night. He's not doing anything for work. He's too busy fucking texting her for like an hour. In that time, he could have booked it. So unfortunately, my friend was pissing around till 10 o'clock, so on and off listening to this crime event thing we were at. She was pissing around, booking that thing for her kid. And she's like, there you go, I've had to do it. And that is her worry. Her worry is that she will start going to work, and already, you know, her partner's just like, meh, with jobs she usually does at home. And he's like, meh, that's not important. And then it doesn't get done until she does it. And obviously this proved even more, where he could have easily gone online and picked a time he wanted to go, because he would be the one driving, obviously. And especially when he's like, I don't care what time we go. But he knows where the place is. He has to drive, and he doesn't care what time it is. And his wife is on a night out where she has to sit there and listen to a show. And he just messaged her the whole time. And it was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And she went, yeah, I'm just worried that literally this is what it's going to be like when I'm working. I'll come back home and nothing would have been done. Or I won't be able to do anything on the weekends because I'll be catching up. And I said, Christ, I hope you don't burn out. And I said, well, hopefully it will get into his head. I said, especially if you refuse to do it yourself. And he can then see how much you did do at home and how much it is needed to get done. And she went, yeah, but I've done that before and nothing gets done. And I went, yeah, same here. I have that all the time with my kid's dad. And yeah, he just doesn't see the importance in a lot of stuff. And he only does it last minute because he needs to get annoyed with it. Because obviously, like, it's annoying. It is annoying when you've gone away and you've gone away for a few days, even with your own kid, even with our kid. And I'll go away for a few days. He's looking after the cats or whatever, you know. And he's made all this mess. Because obviously he's eating and everything at the house. And then it's like, I come back and he's left it everywhere. It's like having a teenage child. It's like having a teenager, a spoiled boy mum child in the house. It's like, well, how is this more messy than when I left? You know? It's weird. I've got to play dishwasher, for fuck's sake. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. And he's not a great cook. He's not cooking things from scratch. He's getting stuff out of, you know, oven cooked stuff or a takeaway. Like, even tonight, he was pretending he's going to make something. I said, you won't, you get a takeaway. No, I won't. I said, you will. You'll end up getting a takeaway. What happened? Oh, yeah, we got a takeaway. I know. That's fine. It's, you know, it's only for 2 nights. I'm away. So, you know, as long as the babies are all getting fed and watered and not getting in trouble and all happy, that's fine. But it's stuff like that. And it's like, so how have you made so much more mess when you're having a takeaway? Like, you're not even having stuff where you need to use lots of plates and stuff. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with it? Understandable if you're doing crafts and using all the plates for paint or something, I don't know. But it's not that at all. It's not that at all. But yeah, things just don't get done. Things just don't get done. And it's just like men pretend that they're protectors and they're the providers and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, but at the end of the day, unfortunately, because we live in a capitalist world, that even if you didn't have a partner or a child, you still have to pay bills. You will still have to have a job to pay bills. And you will still have to pay for a home and a car. So it's a privilege to have a partner. It's a privilege to have a child in your life. You're not the privileged one. We are not privileged for having you, man. And that is what is the topsy-turvy way of thinking, is that men, we need to feel privileged when there's a man around. No, we don't. We don't. I mean, it's like, obviously, like at the hotel, isn't it? Because it's fucking nearly Christmas and all that. Happy Yule, everyone, anyway, today. I had my Yule early, obviously, because I couldn't get a place cheaper for tomorrow. It's very expensive. Obviously, they bumped it up for Christmas, haven't they? So I obviously had to be in the city by Yule. And so we had our Yule yesterday. It was good. It was a bit stressful because I cook things from scratch and everything. And, you know, people involved, let's say, that are around me trying to help are just sort of more getting in the way and not understanding what I'm on about. You know. But anyway, my children had fun and they're very excited that I got them loads of stuff of things they love. So that's nice. But yeah, anyway, so it's like, yeah, so I'm like watching, well, I put the TV on, and usually at hotels now, you could hardly watch any channels. You more have to connect your phone to the TV to watch anything. Like, you literally get it feels like you're watching telly in the 90s or the late 80s or whatever, where it's literally, I don't know about the 80s, but in the 90s, it was like, it was only about 4 channels and that was it. So obviously sometimes when you turn on a hotel or an Airbnb or whatever you're using place, it usually says, oh yeah, it's got all these channels. And then you go on it and it's, only like 3 work, RTE obviously, 1 and 2, and the children's channel, and then QVC, and that's it really. And then the rest you sort of have to connect on your phone or watch it through your phone, because the other channels don't work. And but this actually, in the Strand Hotel, they do have more channels. Not all channels that they advertise, but most channels that they advertise. So I thought, fuck it, let's put the TV on, let's see what's going on. So obviously they've got all these fucking shitty Christmas films on. And I think it's called The Holiday or something. It's like Jude Law and Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet and Jack Black and stuff. Did you know that apparently the reason why Jack Black and Kate Winslet got coupled together is because Kate Winslet was classed as the chubby girl. Because she was classed as chubby when she was in Titanic. And she was classed as chubby for quite a long time, I remember. But when you watch it, you're like, how the fuck did they think she's chubby? Like, what? But anyway, so that's fucking sad as fuck. But anyway, it's just it's just a shit. I really hate rom-coms. I mean, the most romantic rom-com I like is Shaun of the Dead. That's pretty romantic in a way, but he's a loser. So it's like, again, we're making the loser man win, even though he's a boring loser who only gives more shit about his friend than he does his partner of years and years and all that. Like, Liz didn't even meet his mum until there's a zombie apocalypse, and then she died on the same bloody day she barely met his mum. And like, the mum died, obviously she turned into a zombie very briefly until she got her head shot off. But anyway, and I'm just watching this, whatever it's called, Holiday Love, I don't know, whatever it's called, with Jack Black and Kate Winslet and Jude Law and Diaz in it. And she's crying over a man that she's found out was actually engaged to someone at her job. I think they're reporters or something. And the funniest, you could tell I haven't fucking ever watched this fucking thing. It shows that, good, I don't like watching rom-com shitty things like this, that she runs off to her fancy house in Surrey with the most picturesque, cliche-looking English cottage that she lives in there on her own with her lovely little scruffy dog, crying her ass off over a fucking man. And I'm like, why are you upset? You've got the most beautiful house. You are beautiful yourself. You have an amazing job that obviously fucking pays well, that you can keep this fucking expensive ass house. You have the cutest dog. You're in a picturesque village. Like, you're surrounded by nature. What are you crying over a fucking man that is taken? Like, he used and abused you there because he knew that you liked him or loved him, because they were all flirty and shit. The sheer fact that you only found out he was with this woman was when they announced it, that he was engaged, and she had to report his engagement through her job. So I do think she's a reporter or journalist or whatever you want to call it. And it's like, already, don't be crying over this fucking man, because if he can't tell you he's in a relationship already, and it's only because your job's told you he's in a relationship, what the fuck are you crying for? What the fuck are you crying for? Go home, put on your fire in your little country house, your little lovely little cottage, put your fucking feet up, eat some fucking chocolate, and laugh away with your dog. Get some dog chocolate so he can join in, and just laugh there going, mwah. I have a great house. I have a great job. Got a knob that works it there, but never mind on that, silly twat. And I'm in a lovely place. I live in a lovely, lovely place. It's just weird shit like that. Like, we undermine what women have already got in films all the time in programmes. And women have to completely destroy themselves over a man in films. And then usually they go out with losers They usually get married or go out with losers in the end. Someone that's like quite a fucking prick. A lonely prick who's unlucky in love. Or he's been dumped because he's a prick. Or something like that. It's like, oh my God. These films are fucking awful. And then people go, oh, why do we need to have lessons on misogyny? Look at this. All these beautiful women. Successful, beautiful women. Like, I've got all these big ass houses and everything that we always charm on about, men, that's what makes a man. Attitude, man of the house or whatever, is having a house and a successful job and do, and a nice dog or whatever. And that's a perfect man. But when we say it about women, we don't say that's a perfect woman. It's as long as she drops her drawers for a loser and gets married to him, and then it's usually, like a year later, they'll flash forward going, oh, and then they had a baby together. Oh, how fucking lovely. Like, what? What the fuck are you on about? It's fucking stupid. Really stupid shit. And no, it's not, humbug, Scrooge. It's not that at all. It's the ridiculousness. Like, it's like when a lot of women go, the villains, the female villains in films and programs had it right. And then people go, yeah, but she killed people. Yeah, because, once again, if a woman is successful and is a very independent woman and made her life her own, films and programs and books don't like it. They need to have like a thing about them. They need to make them evil instead of actually seeing that without that evil bit, the rest of it is a perfect what women should have. So it's a bit like, you've got Cruella de Vil, right? And obviously she's a very successful woman. She's got this massive fashion empire, all the staff, all of this. Like, she is the top dog. She's got all this property, cars, everything. Perfect. Sounds like a perfect man, right? But now you've got to twist it into, but she kills puppies. Same as Ursula. Ursula, a very successful woman. She actually turned bitter because Trident kicked her out. Made her jobless. Just kicked her out when Ariel's mum died. Told her fuck off. Lost every bit of merit to her because Queen Trident was being so negative about her when she had to be forced out. And yet, it's all, Ursula, she's trying to kill Ariel and do. No, she isn't. She told her in the story, don't fall for a man that's never met you and only has your looks, but you need your voice. Because what you're going to do, use your body language. And that is the song, isn't it? You listen to the song. And she's right. She's saying, yes, I give these people spells to change their looks. If they break the promise, I get something back. You just got to get fucking paid. This woman's got to get fucking paid. And she tells them all the time what will happen if they all don't do what they promise they need to do or they want to achieve. They don't achieve it, shit happens. She tells you all the time. And yet you've made it evil. You made it evil. Because in the original story of The Mermaid, when Ariel comes to the shore, when she's walking, it feels like she's walking on knives. And she has no voice. And then in the end, Eric does get married to someone else. And then she just backs into the water and the sea and turns into sea foam. And just, that's it. She dies forever. Dies, done, turn back into mermaid. And all this magical shit that Disney makes up to make it misogynistic, romantic fairy tale shit. And it's like, no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Same as Hansel and Gretel, isn't it? Like Hansel and Gretel, we always look at the witch as a bad thing. But it's like, but who made his children get lost in the woods? The dad. The dad every day went further and further into the woods, trying to abandon the children. The children keep coming back because they're too poor, so they couldn't feed the kids. So every day it'd go further and further until one day they were like, we're going to do the bread thing. And then all the birds started eating the path. So then obviously they couldn't find the breadcrumbs anymore and find the witch's house. And obviously then the witch is like, hey, don't eat my fucking house. You eat your fucking house. She tries to enslave the children. And then obviously they kill her, remember? Yes, she was going to eat them, but they murdered her as well. And the dad gets off scot-free. Like, what happens to them? Or what actually happens to them after? Because the dad didn't want them. The dad keep pissing them off into the woods. You know? Shit like that. It's just like, we're obsessed with, like, making a man more lovelier than he is, you know? It's like, what the fuck? It's, yeah, misogyny. We don't need to learn about that. We don't need to learn about that. Well, we don't. No, we don't. So, as you probably know by now, is that Trump administration has apparently released all these pages and pages and pages of Epstein files, and it's all been blanked out. It's all been blanked out. Why is that, Trump? Is it because your fucking names and everything? It's so weird, isn't it, that it's taking a dead man and the emails between him and his brother for thousands of women who were children at the time to sort of people believe him? Is that fucked up or is that not fucked up? Is that not fucked? Do you not find that fucked up? I find that very fucked up. That we don't ever seem to ever want to believe children and never want to believe women. And all these cases all the time proves it. And yet, oh, you're all man haters. Oh, misogynistic. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, you misandrists. No such thing as misandry, by the way. Just a made-up fucking thing that you lot all done. Oh, I'm a nice guy. Oh, well, fuck off with the bear then. All that shit. Time and time again. Time and time again. It proves that there is a reason why we're really fighting for women's rights still, children's rights still, and animal rights still. And really trying to push lessons to be put in classrooms, because it proves time and time again that children are still being taught very, very outdated things. Very outdated things. Like even the taxi driver I had today. And he was saying he does school runs for children with learning disabilities. And he says, I have this one kid and he's so mouthy. He gets racist. He swears a lot. And he goes, you're not born like that. I go, no, you're not born like that. And he goes, you're taught that. I said, oh, hell yes, I believe that. Hell yes, that's correct. You are not born racist. And you're not born sexist. And you're not born abusive. You were taught it. And he goes, yeah. It's obvious that his dad's probably... He even said that. I didn't even say that. He said that. He knows that men are the problem. He goes, yeah, it's probably his dad that did that. It's most likely his dad has taught him shit like that. He said that. I didn't even say any of that. He was just chatting away. Irish taxi driver. Of course, he's just chatting away. You ask him one simple question, and they'll go on for the whole journey. And it's great. It's great to learn about people. You know, it's my thing. Obviously, being a carer and stuff, it's my thing to know about people. And he said it. I didn't even say it. The amount of times that men say that, men always say, oh, well, I wouldn't have my daughter dressed like that because I know what men are like. Oh, I know what boys are like. Oh, it's because of this man, or because men in it. And boys do this, and men do this, and boys do that, and shit like that. Every time. But the second a girl or a woman says misogyny, it's not all men, but it's always a man, all that, all of a sudden you act like you're getting personally attacked and you're hurting your own feelings. Shit like that. And it's like, but you've already just said, well, I wouldn't let my kid go out of the house because of men. Don't trust boys, blah, blah, blah. Boys will be boys. Boys shouldn't be boys. they should be respectful and do. Oh, no, it's not that. Or boys doing this, or men are doing that. Or it's because of men were doing. You're allowed to say it, but girls and women can't say it. That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. Also, once again with the what's it, with the dust as hair, that's under your settee or couch or whatever you want to call it. The Kennedy Center has just begun slapping Orange Man's name on the building without congressional approval. So Congress has not approved this. Another thing that hasn't been approved, but they just let him get on with it like everyone's a fucking boy mum with the fucking idiot. First he destroys Jackie Kennedy's infamous Rose Garden. Now he's trying to overshadow John F. Kennedy's legacy by changing the name of the Kennedy Center. He is destroying history and no one is stopping him. The willingness of so many to bend to his every whim is pathetic. Pathetic. It's true. And also, I don't know rather to cheer this woman or to be sickened by the woman. I kind of more sickened by the woman, but a little bit on a tiny, tiny cheer of it, because the fact that Erica Kirk hasn't stopped fucking touring like she is Whitney fucking Houston or Beyonce or something, RuPaul's drag show around the fucking world. And she hasn't stopped doing that since her husband got killed. And not once I've seen a real tear fall from her face. Not once I've seen a proper tear fall from her face. She tries to squeeze out so many fake tears that are so dry. It's drier than Sahara Desert. It's fucking weird. She even slipped up today when she was talking at the Turning Point thing, and she accidentally slipped and went, "Yeah, you're a grifter. I mean gifter." "No, you're not a grifter. You're not a grifter." And it's like, huh? Because a lot of people, obviously, I love it, are starting to quote stuff like, normally, if you die, you just hope your wife doesn't remarry within the first 3 months. But I never, ever considered fireworks. She's proper, like, glitz and glam fireworks. Like, she looks like a completely different person. Like, she's obviously had so much work done as well, that a lot of people generally thought that she wasn't really Erica. And it's like, no, she's just got all the money from Charlie, hasn't she, now? Like, all his brainwashed fans and shit, that they all believe all this shit. I still think that she's going to fuck off with J.D. Vance or someone, and J.D. Vance is going to fuck off with someone else, because obviously he's very insulting towards his own wife still. But I just find it so funny that she's like, these feminists are fucking this, that, and the other. And it's just like, do you realise that you're doing quite feminist stuff where you've made, like, a big empire? You've got, like, quite a big empire. You've made a lot of money, made a lot of companies and shit. But she definitely needs to be kicked in the cunt repeatedly and put in prison, because obviously she is banned from Romania, isn't she? Because there are links to when she was meant to look after children in an organisation, they disappeared. Because it's not the first time Erica had met Donald Trump when Charlie died. She has met him multiple times. And she has met Epstein's club many times. Many times. They're all very linked. Very linked. Also with the misogyny stuff and the paedophilia thing and patriarchy thing. Someone pointed out, when you Google schoolboy versus schoolgirl, look it up and see the massive difference. So usually when you have schoolboy, the schoolboy thing is school children, obviously. Then you get adults wearing school uniform, but it's literally full-length clothes. It's not sexy boy or anything. It's always a cartoon children, school children. It's normal children wearing school uniform, or it's a grown man wearing school uniform. normal school uniform. When you look up schoolgirl, there's only about 3 pictures of actual schoolgirl children. The rest is anime, when they've got the screenshot under the miniskirt with their knickers showing, their tits out and all that stuff, like anime fucking goes extreme like that. Or it's the sexy schoolgirl shit from porn or Halloween, sexy Halloween costumes. And the fact as well that we all do have, at some point, a disco where it's like reunion party and it's like you dress as a school people, and you always get costumes for women that are not women's size. Let's just say it's always children's size for a woman. It's that kind of shit. It's always that kind of shit. So please, so come on now. But yeah, so I am by the lovely River Shannon tonight, and it is stunning, absolutely stunning. And obviously we got all like the pigeons around and everything flying around, Terry Wogan and all that. So that was fun. And having fun walking around in a nice quiet people's park. And then me taking pictures of the ravens and crows, and it was so lovely, so lovely. So yeah, unfortunately, once again, the amount of other people that don't understand why we need to talk about misogyny and stuff. There's a lot of children getting killed by family members, including a lot of it recently, including their slightly older brothers or family members. Obviously, like, if you follow any women charities or children charities, you will already know that the place at home is the most deadliest place to be abused, hurt, whatever. And most likely that is actually not quite a big percentage that you are killed by a stranger. You are most likely known to your killer, especially when it becomes to women and children. You most likely know your abuser, and you most likely know the person that has hurt you as an adult or as a child. And yes, of course, many times we've all been assaulted by complete strangers, correct, including myself. But unfortunately, most likely you're going to be assaulted or hurt by someone that you know. Even if it's not your dad, or it's not your mum, or it's not your brother, it can still be like a family friend. It's someone that you know. It can be a close known to you, or it can be a distance known. It's someone that will know you, and they'll be connected to you. It's still a percentage for a stranger to do that, of course. Never, ever, I'm going to dumb that down, ever. We really need these lessons going out to people more and more. We need to know our human rights. We need to know the laws for being a human, for being an animal owner, for being a child, for being a woman, for being a man, boy, non-binary, anyone. As a human or an animal, we all need to know all our rights, because the amount of time, especially recently, where, people go, I'll ruin his career if we put him away. And it's like, you could just use this law against them. But because people don't tell average Joes that don't work with jobs that go on with laws and rules of the world, a lot of us don't get told it. You do not get told it. You do not get shown that you can have that to save you or to back you up or anything. It's very true. It's very true. Unfortunately, there was a 9-year-old girl in Somerset who got stabbed, and unfortunately it was by her brother, who is a teenager. And yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy it's getting like that. Obviously, the most, once again, unshocking thing in the fucking world has happened, where author and comedian David Walliams dropped by publisher HarperCollins